Hey guys, it's JLD, just laying down. And in today's video, we will be interviewing fellow Twitch streamer RudeboyMitch, a full-time content creator who is a big PubG player and is the leader of a community known as the Taco Society. He owns his own wrestling e-federation called Taco Society Wrestling, where members of his community fight it out in WWE 2K23. For those who are new to our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to get the most up-to-date info on when we post future interviews and YouTube shorts. Also, make sure to follow us on Twitch where we are live every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the interview. So, Rude Boy, first of all, thank you for being here. I'm happy to have you on. I am excited. Just like I have every guest that comes onto Couch Talk, it is always a W. Everybody that comes on is a absolute W. So, thank you for being here tonight. And how are you doing as well?
I'm doing awesome. I am so excited to be here. I've been wanting to be on here for months. This is the place to be. This is the best talk show on Twitch, and to get invited is an honor. And got some tough acts to follow here, but I appreciate you having me. And yeah, bro, glad to be here. Doing great.
Let me put the desktop audio up just a bit, because
I mean, I can adjust myself here too. Let me.
I put you up at 200, so it's at the max for me. But
Let
I put the
me.
desktop audio just a bit. Let me know if that helps, guys.
All right, I put my output audio a little bit too, so
See if that
hopefully
helps.
that works.
Millie, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in from that raid. And then let me know, chat, if that sounds good. I did adjust on my side.
Sounds
That's a
good.
little
Sounds a
better.
little better.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. We'll
Better.
leave it like that for now. That's all good. All right.
All right.
So, Rude Boy, what we always
Yes.
do, and I'm sure you've seen it already because you've seen our couch talks before. The first thing we like to do is introduce you to the chat. So what I have our guests do is just, tell everybody who you are, where you're
Okay.
from, what you do, scheduling, anything that people should know about you, whether it be as a streamer, as a person. So that way they are interested to get to know you and check you out and your content.
Yeah. Most definitely. My name's RudeboyMitch. I'm a full-time content creator. I stream in the morning at 9 a.m. Central Time about every day except for weekends, and then sometimes there's streams at nights. We're filming something special events on the weekends. Originally from Council Bluffs, Iowa. However, moved from Texas back to Iowa. Moved kind of been around. Currently in Iowa. Let's see. Um, yeah. I play pretty much anything that I'm feeling for a long period of time. So I'm not a somewhat variety streamer, but I play a lot of PubG. We have done kind of some wrestling stuff as well. Recently we have our, I guess, rebirth of our kind of wrestling. It's called Taco Wrestling Society. Originally started the Taco Society about, I want to say, 2.5 years ago. Been streaming since 2015.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
and and I was a console streamer. Started out just playing on my PS4. Don't really know what I'm doing. And then kind of been streaming for about a year and a half now, or I guess full time content creating. My wife told me a year and a half ago, "Hey, I want you to quit your job. This is what you're gonna do," and
Wow.
this
Okay.
is this is where I am. So I'm very blessed for the opportunities I get.
Dude, and like I think we can all relate on the console streaming. That's what I did too, PlayStation. There's like one ancient clip of me winning a Fortnite game with like the PlayStation like layout, like the chat on the side and
Yeah.
like the clip inside like a window with like
Hmm.
some random title I put. Like I can definitely relate to that. Katniss, I'll get so for anybody that's in chat, Katniss, welcome in. Brum, welcome in. There's a channel point, that's one channel point called Ask Our Couch Talk Guest a Question. Put your questions in there so that way I have them like ready on the queue and I can ask them as they come in. But yo, Katniss, I appreciate you coming in. I know it's late for you, so definitely means the world. That's how I started streaming. Now I do it on Xbox. Yeah, Xbox, PlayStation. It would be crazy if you could stream on the Switch eventually. That would be an absolute W.
I think on that what new OLED they came out with a way you can do something like that, like an Ethernet cable into the dock.
Can you?
I don't know if you can stream. I mean, well, technically you
Probably
can.
not.
I
Like,
mean, you can because you stream. Oh, but not directly from the Switch. Yeah, you'd have to
yeah,
use a capture
that's
card.
more of
So
what I'm
you're
talking
right.
about. Yeah.
I got
Like,
you.
yeah, you put the HDMI cable capture card and you're all set.
Yeah.
But and that's what I do. That's what I used to do when I played Smash. I had the
Yeah.
capture card. I had one of those cheap Amazon cards, and it works perfect. $30, and it connects right in.
Yeah.
Sound works perfect.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
and for anybody that's in chat, exclamation point guest in the chat. If you want to get to know Rude Boy Mitch on a more personal level outside of the stream, his socials will be there. If you type exclamation point guest, his Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok are all there to check out. You can stream from a Switch using yeah, that's what I do exactly. So what I'll do is I like to prioritize chat's questions before I do mine,
Sure.
because chat
Sure.
usually comes up with the most unique and like good questions. I usually have like my set questions that I ask everybody, but I also have like unique questions based on research. I'll look at your profile and accounts and stuff, and
Okay.
just based on what I know from you. So
Okay.
Katniss's first question, I'm sure you saw it in chat too, is what is your favorite Funko Pop figure? Because
My
you have the nice collection behind you.
favorite. All right, so my favorite Funko Pop actually has been overthrown by a Funko Pop that actually a Twitch fan has gotten me.
Oh, okay.
So my I'll give you my second one, and then I'll give you the reason why the first one. So the second one is my Majin Vegeta signed by Chris Sabat. I'm a huge
Ooh.
anime fan. I've met every single voice actor that's voiced Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I went to KamehamehaCon. They're actually getting ready to do it again this week, and I'm not going this time, but 40
Mhm.
times in a row.
Bro.
So that would be my second favorite. My favorite one is, this is a shout out goes out to big Fortnite streamer, the Condor Kid. He actually got a Dunder Mifflin trophy from The Office, and he got it personalized and engraved for my name to be on it. So that
That's
now is my
cool.
favorite. It says Rude Boy Mitch on the trophy. So that's like my favorite one. But yeah, I'm a huge anime fan.
That's freaking awesome. I only have several Funko Pops. Like, let me see, because I have them underneath my desk. If I had to pick the most meaningful one, it's probably this one right here, the Green Ranger. And obviously, we know
Oh,
why.
yeah.
You know, Jason David Frank, rest in peace.
Oh
But
yeah.
I remember buying. It was just like an Amazon purchase. I didn't buy this at like a convention or anything. I just bought it because I needed it for my, at the time, office desk for my last job. So I just bought it.
Yeah.
But now it means a lot more, especially with the circumstances. But like, I also have Undertaker. I have the Fallout, Brotherhood of Steel guy,
Mhm.
and a few others.
I just got Paul Heyman GameStop
Did
exclusive.
you?
Yeah,
Nice.
for ECW. I just got him. He's up there somewhere. There's so many of them. It's a, I don't know. It's a definitely an extreme hobby, that's for sure.
It gets addicting. There's like, you're
Yeah.
not the only one. There's so many people I see online that have like walls and just whole rooms of just the Funkos. People like literally will collect it based on the number and try to collect every single number.
Absolutely.
It's like,
yeah,
holy crap, the amount that they have.
I have one Funko Pop that's actually worth over $200, and I only paid like $10 for it. So, you know, yeah, there's value in it. I don't know if there's always
Absolutely.
gonna be value in it, but there's value in it. So, anything pop culture related would be, you know, is valuable.
And it reminds me too of like how people collect Legos and stuff like that. Like, it becomes a hobby for somebody.
Mhm.
Like, you see all the different things you can make, just like with Funkos.
Right.
You can, there's so many different shows and characters and collaborations that Funko has done with so many brands in every single category of anything that you can think of. If there's a show, if there's a character, there's probably a Funko for it. Maybe one day there's a JLD Funko, I don't know, or a Rude Boy Funko.
Right. Yeah. I know that since WrestleMania was in LA, I had a bunch of buddies go to the Funko like museum or workshop there in LA, and apparently they made Funkos of themselves. They get out to
Oh,
pay.
really? You could do that?
Yeah.
Oh, book in my flight. I'll make
Yeah.
that. All right. So Yeah, I've always I like Funkos, but not like it was one of those things where I get like my character and cool,
Yep.
sit on my desk.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
only good vibes has asked, what did you think about Backlash? And I already said my opinion on it. I even made a video today on it. What do you think
Yeah.
about Backlash?
I think Backlash was absolutely phenomenal. It was great. The crowd was so more intense than a wrestling event I think I've seen in the last year and a half, maybe or so. I think when they first started doing Crown Jewel, that crowd was pretty crazy, but yeah, this blew it over the top. My favorite match was probably, I'd have to say, to see Bad Bunny be so athletic and still be able to
Yeah,
like
man.
sing and stay on top. You got to give it to him. Honestly, I agree with it. I am a Brock Lesnar fan, so I was kind of like, that was the only match that I was like, I don't know. Like, I love Brock Lesnar, but I feel like it's time for him to like done. We don't need to see Brock Lesnar no more in the WWE because of the fact that all they're doing now is devaluing him. He's lost so much now. It's just let him go. Like, let him go. But
And I think that
uh
that's what they were doing, like kind of like hinting at with him losing. I mean, losing the match and the standing ovation he got once they were off the air. I think they're
yeah,
kind of hinting at the fact that Brock could eventually like just stop. He doesn't need to do it
probably.
anymore. There's nothing for him to prove. He's the beast. He kicks ass.
Yeah.
It's time to just hang the boots up. And it's not because, oh, we don't want him there, but you know, we've seen him for over 11 years since he returned, and even before then in the early 2000s when he was in the ruthless aggression era. So you know,
Mm,
he's leaving a good legacy if he were to leave.
right. Definitely.
But only good vibes. Yeah, Backlash, 10 out of 10 if I had to guess. The best show I've seen in a very
Absolutely.
long time. Even Big John said
Absolutely.
it. It was better than WrestleMania Night 2.
Yep. I agree.
Also, this is actually my question for me. I'm thinking of this right away. What kind of camera do you have? I think we spoke about this because like I know it's one of
Does
those
it
cameras that it
moves?
captures your face, but like I'd like to know, and I'm sure chat would like to know too. What's the brand of the camera you're using?
I have, it's called the Insta 360. You can get it off Amazon for like 300 bucks.
Sheesh. Okay.
Yes, but it does move by itself. I don't have like, nothing controlling it, no buttons. It just does its thing and tracks
Yeah,
you. Really easy plug and play, which is nice for $300.
I would
But
hope so.
but yeah, I love it. It's one of the best cameras I've probably ever owned. I mean, as I definitely have taken going serious in this full-time content creating career, I feel like, you kind of need the quality to make it. So that's kind of where my investments are starting to go now.
And I feel like yeah, you don't need like the most high-tech equipment to start streaming, obviously, but like when you start like seeing the growth of your content and you see yourself like from the beginning up to now, like how much you've grown, those kind of upgrades are at some point a necessity if you want to
Absolutely.
continue to grow as much as you have.
Absolutely.
Like there's nothing
Absolutely.
wrong with like staying with what you got, but you know, like those upgrades do matter. Like even the simplest stuff, a stream deck. Stream deck is
Mhm.
the best piece of equipment I've ever
Oh, yeah.
received in this stream.
Yep.
On top of that, this HyperX mic, both of them given to me by Mrs. JLD. Webcam I kind of just took from my last job when they were emptying the office, and I've just had it since. Um,
Hmm.
but a lot of the stuff is, you know, as you grow, just you have the funds, help yourself, treat
Right.
yourself a little bit.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, back to when I said console streamer. I mean, I was a console streamer for like
Right.
a year and a half, and it's so like me, you're like, oh, you see everybody here with these bells and whistles, and they got this going on, and they got overlays, and you're sitting here with your like blocky camera. I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, you just got to own your content. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
people are there to see you once and then the game second. So building that connection is a lot more important than you know everything else that you got. I mean, the editing and all that stuff going on. So, but the struggle's there, and when you slowly progress, you want to make yourself better, and when you start getting serious, you buy expensive ass cameras.
JLD is a professional multi-platform streamer. Absolutely not. I'm not even kick verified like Garbage is. He DM'd
Yeah.
Trainwrecks 5,000 times for the check mark. But yeah, one thing I always say is that like you can have the most expensive equipment, but
Oh yeah.
what really makes people stand out in their streaming world, and I think
Mhm.
I've grown in this as well because I started off kind of not this way, but being
Mhm.
confident in your setup and your stream as a whole.
Yes.
Because if you're not confident in what you're doing, like what makes you think that Matty Pace or Garbage or
Oh,
Cambo or Only Good Vibes or Rude Boy Mitch is gonna just be there and be confident for
absolutely.
you? They come because they see you like your stuff. You're energized, you're confident, and that's what sticks you out compared to like someone who may have purchased like 10 grand worth of equipment that but
Yeah.
may not have that personality that wants to
Right.
keep people there. Is also still
It,
here. Thank
it's
you for still being here, Cadmus. I appreciate you.
it's yeah. It's funny. It's funny you say that because I have this conversation with someone else. I don't want to say his name, but this conversation all the time where he's. And if you know who I'm talking about, you guys will know. He's got so much going on in his stream. It's absolutely. He's got a wheel that spins. He's got battle royale fighting going on. I mean, he's got so much going on in his stream, and I'm like, I'm not like the best tech savvy person, but I look at that as like, oh, that's really awesome. I wish I could have some of that on my stream. And then he comes to me and he goes, you don't need it. Like, you just got to be yourself, be confident, kind of like exactly what you're saying, confident in your area to carry. Because at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
you're carrying your content. You want to be proud of your content. It doesn't matter if you have a 3-star wipes, it's your content. So yeah, confidence is a big deal.
And I want everybody here to take, if anybody in chat takes anything away from this whole stream, it's that. If you're feeling like you're having a bad time, or maybe you had like one stream where you didn't think you did as well, it's okay. Um, what makes you a good streamer is not whether or not you just like did the good numbers or not, but how you process that and do better the next time.
Right.
If you see that you're doing like, if you did like one a stream, then the next one don't let it knock you down and just do what you're doing as normal. It's gonna be just stream every day, it's easy. I swear to God, bro.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
um let's see what we got here. So the next question is from L Holly. This was actually my next question from my side, but it's a pretty common question we ask a lot of our guests. How did you get started with streaming? I know you said you started streaming around 2015.
Yes. So I got wrapped up into Destiny on PS4 when it first dropped, and I played so much time into that, doing all the raids, collecting all the gear, doing all of that. I was just like, you know what? As much time as I'm putting in this, someone might watch. And I just flipped it on one day, and I did a raid with like 5 other people, and we just had a blast, and just it was just kind of more or less recording memories,
Oh yeah.
you know, and keeping those aside for kind of also future wise. Like when I pass away, my kids can at least go back and be like, oh, this was what my dad did. My dad did this, my dad did that. So that's also kind of another, you know, thought. We had kids really young, so it's just a thought process.
I never really thought about that either. It's like if something were to happen to me tomorrow, like what would the streaming world have of me? Or even like my IRL, like family, my loved ones and all
Yeah,
that. Like they could download those VODs and have them forever. Like up to like
absolutely.
for mine, I think it's like 3 months or a month or something that they hold the VODs for. But like,
Well, and then not,
you know,
not only that, they got your YouTube content too,
and then
so
YouTube
and then they got
content
your
as well.
and then whatever happens is gonna TikTok if it whatever they're doing. I don't know, but
That's a whole nother
um
can of worms.
yeah, but yeah. And that's what I was thinking. Like, like me growing up, wasn't really close to my family that much, but like, if they just poof gone one day, if I lose a grandpa, grandma, whatever, may have a picture or something, but wouldn't it be cool to like hear their voice, see
Yeah.
the way they were, the activity, so that's why, obviously like home movies, but it's current, it's episodic. They can come back and watch you hundreds and hundreds of hours, and be like, oh, that's my dad, or that's my mom, so that was kind of like a really cool thing that everything I think about I'm passing down. Like all these pops are going to the kids. Like I have 13 of them signed. They're all going to the kids. So that's one thing is just the more you can be remembered by your kids, because we always try to be a better version of ourselves every day, even if it is kind of being better version of, per experience of childhood growing up. We always want to do better, we always want to do better. So for
And we
instance,
want to
that's
set that good example for our kids. Like you want
ex-
to like give them a reason to miss you. Like I'm sure you're a great
exactly,
father, for example. So like, they look up to you, and it's always a
absolutely.
good feeling. I may not have kids, but like I can just only imagine how you feel having your kids going up to you and saying like you're the best dad ever, like I love you
Oh
and all
yeah.
that. Like it's a
E-
good feeling.
every Yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't trade it for the world. My daughter thinks I'm super famous, and my son thinks I'm
You
super
are. What are you
famous.
talking about?
And and my and my son is now already pretending, making little YouTube content
Okay,
videos on his phone, and he's like,
nice.
if you like the thing, hit the like and subscribe. But good, if you don't, I'll
Yeah,
find you.
buddy.
Stuff like that. But he's got his own little TikTok videos going on. Yeah, kids are great. I mean, right now we're in the middle of hockey season, so currently three-time. I'm just gonna wave this up, three-time Imagine Hockey
Let's
champions. Just
go.
saying. So yeah, we got hockey season going on, but yeah, leaving something for the kids to be able to just you know every day, for those people that are missing the loved one, that be like, man, I just want to call them up and hear their voice, and bam, at least they have something. So
People even keep their voicemails of their loved ones who have passed
oh
away.
yeah.
Like that's a thing
Oh.
I've seen a lot too.
Hmm.
Meth Rollins, that question is irrelevant to the interview. Rude Boy has, unless you know who Meth Rollins is in the chat, Rude Boy. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, I do not know Meth Rollins.
He's a troll. He's been
Okay.
wanting Garbage to be his tag team partner in 2K23 or something.
You know, I'm wondering if
But
he's from Iowa.
Garbage says no. All right. So I'm gonna get this next question from Katniss. Then I actually have one I'm gonna ask before we continue on with the queue. So Katniss asks, if you could use just one social media platform for socials, what would you choose?
Ooh, man. Honestly, I was never big into social media when me and the wife first got together. Heck, I still had a flip phone, and she begged me to get texting. Um, and I would have to probably say Discord, because that's the one I use the most. I'm always checking it on
Mm-hmm.
a daily. I'm always connecting with somebody on a daily. I mean, if I'm in anybody's Discord, they know they're getting a good
You're
morning at
getting a
least
good
every
morning.
day for
Yup.
every single
Those are
day.
amazing, man. I thank you for that
Um,
too.
yeah, I would say Discord. I think it's the reason is because, again, my biggest thing with Discord is, if you believe in the person that you're in the Discord of, or who, quote unquote, I guess, their leader, right? So like, for instance, like JLD, I have so much respect and honor and just amazing experiences with not only you, but through your content with TikTok. And
I
I mean, I
appreciate that.
love the TikTok. The TikToks are great. I laugh all the time. But like, if you believe in that person, you can take 10 seconds out of your day to say good morning and maybe possibly connect with somebody else. Um because there's so many Discords out there. It's like, oh, I'm just in a dead Discord, and I'm like, well,
Mm-hmm.
at least
I've
if
been
I
leaving a
believe.
bunch lately, and it's no disrespect to anybody who I may have left their server. It's just I need
I
to
mean,
clean it up.
yeah, so like, it's just one of those things where, like, if you believe in that person, and you really like enjoy, and you want to see the true, I mean, even though like bits and subs support, it's great, but I mean, I would rather have the belief of somebody, someone that's going to be very loyal, that's going to be there every day at every time when I can talk to somebody and have fun, and just have a real good genuine conversation with. So like, if I believe in the leader of the Discord, I feel like I can take 10 seconds out of my day to say, hey, good morning, and maybe, it'll work. So I guess I kind of went off the rails. Yes, Discord would be the
Nah, you're
social
good.
media.
You're good. That's better than just like saying, "Oh, Discord." Next question.
Yeah.
Before I ask the next question, Papa Pumpkin Pie says, honestly, there are so many people that look up to Rude Boy Mitch. Without him and the tacos, there's a lot of newer streamers, including myself, that have hit affiliate because of that. Love you, Rude Boy Mitch. That is from Papa Pumpkin Pie.
I
Absolute W.
totally I totally paid him to say that. Totally. So,
Let's go.
I love you. I love you too, Papa. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Also, FYI, Matty Pace will be facing Luke for the JLD kick title this Friday. They are both talking to each other right now, which is an absolute W.
That's exciting.
Love to see it. So tell us about the Taco Society. How did that become the name of your community? How did that come up? Let us know about it. And how can one be in the Taco Society?
Okay. Yeah. So the Taco Society originated from a streamer that I actually got in contact with from the UK. It wasn't specifically his Discord, but I kind of want to say he set the embers to burn the fire. Or vice versa or whatever. He set the little match to get it going. But anywho, so from the UK, his name was Miragasm. Had a amazing time with him. Never really got to play with him that much, but he would just always bring some people together, and and that's where I got really big into like a UK fam. Well, that particular guy just kind of disappeared. Like, don't know what happened to him. And I got a bunch of messages from, yeah, I got a bunch of messages from his peers, and he's like, look, man, you're the captain of this ship now, you better drive this. And I was like, okay. So I made the Discord. I made the Discord, and I was sitting there like, what would be a great name to make someone that's very not tech savvy want to be a part of a Discord that is, they don't have to control, because I just wanted to be more of like a public thing. Not necessarily support for support, but just public, like, hey, I've got this big event, letting people know, kind of do that. So we started it, and the big UK fam is probably the biggest following. They really kept it going. And it just became a monster, and we've been around for, I want to say, again, maybe at least 2.5, maybe 3 years, 4 years or so altogether. And enjoying life. We've done so many events, from PubG leagues, road company leagues, to community days, to we've had our own little Let's Talk About It talk show before, and currently right now we are going hard nose into TWS, which is Taco Wrestling Society. It's our own little brand going on. JLD, he had a match, the opening debut.
Yo, that match was crazy. That match was crazy.
Yeah. So we've got that going on. And if you guys want to be a part of that, we usually just if you have the game, you can upload the character, #TWS. Or if you want to come hang out in the channel and get 30,000 channel points, we'll build you the character to be in it. But let's see, last thing, how can you be a part of it? Anyone can technically be a part of it. We're there to build each other up. We have tons of feedback with amazing people that go through tons of mental health issues on a daily, that we help out. Really, we just all care about love and tacos. We don't care about race or sex or anything in that nature, because of the fact that what the world's got way too many problems in this world for us to worry about little stuff like that. So it's kind of how we see things. But it's just all love. Like, really, it's all love. We follow each other. We try to follow each other as much as possible. We've got time zones from, I adjust my schedule to fit the UK time zone sometimes, so be 9 a.m. my time is 3 o'clock their time. But we've got it all over the place. Just great people. You never know. The experiences that you make from just a true, genuine friendship is where it's at.
Also, guys, like I said before, exclamation point guest in the chat. If you don't know RudeboyMitch, if you're not following RudeboyMitch, get to know him there. Hang out with him a bit. If you like his content, get to know him a bit. Join his Discord, which is called the Taco Society. And from there, it's just nothing but up from there. So you mentioned TWS. So
yes.
How is that going? I feel like I haven't been in the league as much as I should be watching. But how has the TWS been going for you? And for those who don't know what I'm
It's
talking about, TWS is the is his wrestling promotion in WWE 2K23. Similar to mine, we have content creators and characters in our rosters. He has his own. I am actually one of the members of his roster, and he does the same thing that I do.
Yep, we do the same thing, other than just a little different. We put it on like it's like a show. Like we have full costumes on when we're doing it for commentary. Um, so we do it as like it is actual show, like fantasy wrestling, week to week. Power rankings, who's gonna be there, who's not gonna be there. We're trying to really build into it because, again, changing up the content's really nice. So,
I got you. Well, dude, let me tell you, ever since I've joined like 2K23, it's the first one I've had since 2K19. I've had a freaking blast. It's been really fun getting everybody in matches, having fun with everybody, and I've seen people want to come more often because of that. Just to like be like, yo, I want to see my character face so and so, or doing open challenges.
Yep.
We had Campbell Combo in a few matches. We had you in the Fatal 4-Way for the viewers title, like a tournament. We had Only Good Vibes, who's been crushing it in there. Zunya is the women's champion right now.
That's
I don't
awesome.
even though that's questionable, it's probably rigged anyway, but she'll be fighting on Wednesday.
I mean, shout out to you, because like I know how it is to make so many characters. That takes so much time to sit down and try to really work with this person, and you want them to feel like they're that character.
Exactly.
So I know exactly what that's like. If you don't have the game, you can't upload it. People, man, we sit there for hours just trying to, maybe this, because especially, no offense, the women, they get really into it. Why is my lips this big? Why is my hair that poofy? They get into it. But sitting down and creating, I think I've put easily just 10 hours alone just creating characters for people. So
I will usually do them on my TikTok live stream. So I'll like stream WWE 2K23 on TikTok, and then I'll just spend that time making characters there. Today I made 3 of them. We made Lil Red Shay. We made who the hell did I make? I totally forgot. I'm like having a brain fart right now of like who else I made. But we got 5 people left out of those. What's JLD? Please say good vibes followed you. All right, Campbell and Zunya, relax. Y'all banning each other 20. Well, Campbell's banning Zunya like 24/7. I banned Zunya one time, but I think that's enough. We love Zunya, even though she's probably the biggest troll on the planet. All right, so let's keep going with the questions. So Matty Pace actually had several questions, so we'll start off with the first one that he did.
I love Matty.
What is the biggest fear you've conquered in your life up until this point? Is his question.
Man, biggest fear I've ever conquered. Well, man, that's so tough. I would say, I mean, I struggle with severe depression. I know this isn't really conquering it, but I do actually take medicine for it. It's mental health. This is why that really draw me to JLD, because he's a big advocate. I say that all the time, that he's an advocate in mental health. I guess continuing every day to be able to get up is kind of a fear, because we always have a fear that we don't want to get up when we struggle with severe depression. We just want to stay in bed, and I mean, I'm talking sleep for days. Like, I'm talking 100% days. So before my meds, I mean, I wouldn't get out of bed for like a week or 2 weeks sometimes. But now I take my meds, and it's still a struggle, but I would say probably the fear of wanting to take the meds, I guess, every day to be okay. I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that.
I feel you, man. And like, dude, don't hesitate to DM me, bro. We already DM each other like when we can. Like, just message me, dude. I got you. Just even if it's just to chat it up for a little bit. we all go
Yeah.
through these times. We all, whether it's for streaming or IRL stuff, it's like we all go through one thing, one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Whether we've gone through it now or we're going through it, or gone through it in the past. It's like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's inevitable. Nobody's life is perfect, and nobody's happy 24/7.
Absolutely.
So like we all
And I
go through
mean,
this, and some
it-
obviously some greater than others, but you know.
yeah. Just a big shout out to Maddie, man. That dude, oh, just auras positivity everywhere. Like honestly, he goes into discords and he puts in quotes. Like I'm talking not like just
Yup,
like, hey, here you
big
do,
ass
like
paragraphs, bro.
big ass paragraph quotes, like literally life changing quotes for people. So big shout out to him. And then, you know, I've rated him a couple times and he always is just so welcoming. And honestly, big shout out to that man. That man is he's got energy that just doesn't stop. Honestly,
Dude,
does not stop.
it's just something about him that just draws me back into his stream, and it's the motivation.
I
A lot
know.
of it is the motivation. Obviously the freestyling just crushes it, but the motivation is like what makes it so freaking positive. So shout out to
Absolutely.
Maddie, who was also a member of our couch talk a few weeks back, or I think back in February. It's already been that long, Jesus Christ. But you know, there's a lot of people here that are here for each other, and I love that about us. That's an absolute W about like us as a group. Red Cloud, welcome in. I see you in there. Um, let's see. Only Good Vibe says, if you had a superpower, what will it be?
Ooh, man. The Midwest, anybody that lives in the Midwest is we're big for punctuality. So I would probably say like, can I use instant transmission from Dragon Ball Z? Just be teleport, I guess. Teleport, I
I like
guess.
that. I didn't think of that.
You
That's
know,
cool.
I mean, I don't ever want to be late. So I just, you know, could you imagine? Hey, I'm gonna go to TwitchCon. Done there.
You're already
You
there.
know,
You don't even gotta
so I
fly.
mean,
You're just there instantly.
exactly. So I mean, you know, it'd be all right. Can that count?
I'm gonna count it. I like that. That's a freaking W power. Hell yeah. Now you make me think about what I would want. I think that's something similar because like I like to fly, but like when it's like 2 or 3 hour flights, I'm fine. But like when I had to
Yeah,
go to Seattle last week, it was an almost 6 hour flight, and eventually I'm just like, yo, get me off this plane, bro. Like I just
yeah.
want to land. Like I'm tired. So that's what it is.
Oh man.
Now knowledge will give you power, but character will give you respect. Let them know. Let them know. Good vibes.
Yeah.
And then Cambo asks, "What is who is your favorite wrestler?"
Oh man. Growing up, I've always been rooting for the bad guys. It was huge. Obviously, Macho Man Randy Savage
It's the
was
Macho
probably,
Man.
yeah, probably him, honestly. But as you know, as Rude Mitch grew up a little bit, I started fancying, you know, the machismo, you know, Razor Ramona, the vignette when he's sitting there and he's like, "You want me to clean the table for you, man? You want me to clean the table? I'll clean the table for you." Like that. Like, yeah, that's probably my number one, honestly.
Actually, well, Zunya actually asked this question. I know he answered this a while ago, but we'll probably just reiterate. What is your most prized Funko Pop?
My most prized Funko Pop. So the second one used to be my favorite. It's a Majin Vegeta signed by Chris Sabat. But I should just grab it real quick. I'm gonna grab it.
Also, while he's doing that, big shout out to Garbage, Pana, and Emelita for the retweets on Twitter. If you guys are on Twitter, ! Tweet in the chat. It would mean the world if you could retweet it. Let the world know we live. Let the Taco Society know we're live so they can see the man himself getting interviewed. Bolt, I freaking miss you, bro. Where have you been? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's looking for you.
I did that with my mind.
It was like,
My camera's all going crazy, trying to find me. You guys all getting dizzy. So it's this one right here. I know a lot of people just like, oh, it's just a Dunder Mifflin, but it actually has my name engraved in
that's
it.
so cool. That is so freaking cool.
So, so that would be my all-time favorite. That came from a Twitch viewer, I'd say really family member. Honestly, I got to know this person. So,
Hell yeah. That's freaking awesome. Let me see what questions I got.
Yeah.
before we go on, continue on with the queue. So are you going to TwitchCon?
I am.
For those in chat, there
I
you
am.
go. We put the days countdown in our slideshow. So if you're going to TwitchCon, you could possibly meet this man.
I said as soon as actually just laying down said he was going, I was going. He was my deciding factor. He's like, I'm going to TwitchCon. I'm going. I told the wife, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, JLD.
Oh
Yeah,
my
all right.
lord.
She
Dank,
gets
welcome
so
in.
mad sometimes. She's like, your lingo. I was like, what? I was like, just laying down does it. Why can't I do it? I don't understand.
The JLD, you already know.
Yeah, JLD. And
But
she's
yeah,
like,
we will be there. JLD will be there. Mrs. JLD might be there. We'll see how that goes as we get to October. For anybody that is in the chat that's thinking of going to TwitchCon, if you're trying to meet JLD, if you're trying to meet RudeboyMitch, make sure you pull up to Las Vegas. And if you're not trying to meet JLD, then Sonya. Then you already know, ban the fraud.
let's just
I would love to meet Cambo.
Let's just pitch a big pitch in and just buy a big old booth there, you know, and we just have like all of our wrestling content going on like the whole time while we're just sitting there. Heck, we could even just do our own little like in-show wrestling podcast of what's going on at that time, you know,
right?
Just set up our own table and just watch people walk by and just like, look at these dudes.
Ice-T Curtis actually brought up a good idea of trying to reach out to Twitch themselves and get a wrestling ring and then have us like wrestle, like have a match going on or two, like JLD versus Ice-T Curtis for like the belt, and we have our belts there. That would be insane.
It's funny you say that because of the fact that we do it's called Ocon. It's basically just like our little city Comic-Con.
Okay.
But they set up wrestling and throw events for like 3 days, and
nice.
it's only like 10 or 12 bucks to get in for the whole weekend, and every show for wrestling is a different match or a different show. Like it's not just the same thing over and over and over. So you get like almost 6 different shows in like 3 days.
Mud wrestling. I'm in.
But
only
I don't know if you know who Jason Strife was. I don't know if he just passed away recently. He made it in the WWE a little bit. He actually is from where I live.
Nice. Thank you. Better be barefoot if you're gonna mud wrestle us. Just as a FYI. Barefoot or not at all. Dank, are you going? Are you driving out to Vegas that year? This coming year for TwitchCon, or are you holding off for the year on a TwitchCon? But dude, I'm excited. I when you said you were going, I was like, dude, I can't wait to meet this man in person. Like meeting High Exposure was already a W. And now we get to meet even more people. Like on top of that is just crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah. I do agree with you though when it does come to cons though. Like I know you said you went to last year, and then this year you said it might be a little while before you go to another one. I do agree with that because I mean, like I said, I've been to every single Kamea Con that was in Texas for 4 years straight, and I was like, okay,
same thing.
I've seen everybody. Like I don't need to come back here no more. So that's the only reason why I'm missing this year's. But yeah, I get what you like. You know, you go to a con, and not to mention like cons are exhausting sometimes, man. Like you're walking around all the time, you're surrounded by so many people all the time. Like, it gets exhausting.
It does. Emma, welcome in. First time chat. If you could redeem the channel point that says ask our guest a question, if that's a question that you're trying to ask RudeboyMitch, and then we'll get to the queue for it when we and of course Zunya's putting bot. Zunya, don't talk about yourself, please don't. Let's see, so what do we got here? But yeah, dude, I'm excited for it. And for anybody that's going to TwitchCon, make sure you reach out to me because I would love to meet you as well. Maddie Pace, who is your biggest inspiration or hero growing up as a child? And on top of that, before you answer that, I'll add Campbell's question. Why are you so good looking?
Yo, honestly, I stumbled into Camo's stream one day and I was like, this dude is just got a sexy voice. So then I had to go stock up on Insta, and yeah, that man knows how to look. Like, I don't know how he does. His skin is so smooth and shiny. Looks like a filter on him all the time when he walks around. Woo! Good God.
I was like,
Maddie,
what?
Maddie, biggest inspiration. Man, I would say, God, my biggest inspiration is any type of really 80s cliche movies. You know, I'm a fan of Rocky, so I love watching, you know, the other guy, the underdog, come ahead and kind of pull ahead. So like
Uh-huh.
sometimes, like, hell, I'll even just put on a Rocky, watch it for a little bit. They're like, oh man, I want to go work out because I just want to, like, you know, just want to do this. Or you know, wrestling is a big thing too. I always looked up to, you know, kind of the showmanship of wrestling. My childhood wasn't like the greatest growing up. I'm one of nine,
Oh,
one of
wow.
nine brothers. Yeah, one of nine brothers and sisters. So it was an interesting and really hard upbringing.
I
But
got you.
wrestling when we could, like one day, like we got lucky, we moved into a new apartment. I just got the idea to hook a cable up to the wall with those little coax jacks back in the
Mm-hmm.
day, and I ended up having cable, and I started watching wrestling for, you know, hours and hours. So you know, it's I mean, if I had to put one specific thing, it's probably Brock Lesnar. Honestly, he's such
The
an
beast
inspiration all around.
incarnate.
Yeah, he's such an inspiration. I mean, from his collegiate wrestling days to, you know, him getting sick. I mean, diverticulitis is a very, like, hard disease. I mean, you can die of diverticulitis. Overcame that, and now, regardless of, he may not be the greatest wrestler, pro wrestler, but you know, he's can somewhat be entertaining, but I am fully agreeing. He just needs to go away. I'm tired of getting buried. Like, I'm just like, no. Um, I was not a Roman Reigns fan back in the day. I just couldn't get behind him. I was at WrestleMania 32 when he won from Triple H. Yeah. But my mind has changed since he's became heel, and he's doing that. I do enjoy him now. He is probably the best thing they have going right now on storyline wise. You know, they just better just not ever let him lose. Like, he just needs to stay champion forever now until he's walking out in a geezer, you know, a walker or something. But you know, I say Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is probably my biggest inspiration.
Also, Big John, your question hasn't come up yet. I see it in the queue, but we just haven't gotten to it yet. Let's see, Maddie Pace. If you could go back in time and do something you were afraid to do, what would it be? Doesn't affect today either, so it doesn't like change like the current time that we're in right now. You would change it just to see what would have happened.
Yeah, I think what I would have done was wait, so is this my own time, like my own thing, or just something in general in history? Like, I'm guessing me, right? If I wanted to change something about me, right?
Yeah, I think that's more of what it
Okay.
is.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, his own life. He just said.
Okay. I would say, so I had a brother that was shipped overseas for 21 months for Afghanistan. He made me a promise that he said that when he got back, we were actually going to move to Boston, Massachusetts, because there
Garbage.
were a lot of down to earth wrestling schools out there, and we almost did it. I mean, like 100%, like was about ready to go. But then he kind of got a little, I guess, lost in his feelings, fell for a girl, everything fell through. And I never made the jump to do that. So I would love to, even though, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter what wrestling school I train out of, but I would have loved to be able to take that opportunity to go out there, just kind of be by myself in a city, try to see
Yeah,
if I can make it, you know, like live on the edge kind of thing. So
that's awesome. Yeah, you would have met the variety streamer from Boston, Massachusetts, Garbage, the Pump It Up champ. I said Garbage. He comes in chat like, huh? What?
yeah, huh? What?
Like, yeah, Boston,
Yeah,
Massachusetts.
what about Boston, Massachusetts?
His favorite place in the world.
Someone else is from Boston, Massachusetts too.
I've been like several times, like on the ride over to Salem, but that's it. I never actually been in like Boston. like that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure it's like all just Red
I think
Sox fans and all that.
I
So
recently just actually had a friend come from Boston, and she was just talking about how it's like the Midwest is so nice. Like literally, like we would go get a coffee, and like the girls like hanging out the car trying to talk to us, like, are you guys having a good day? Da da da. And she's like, they are not like this in Boston. And she said that like when she goes back, she said she already missed being in Iowa. So it was a funny experience just to kind of watch her natural reactions of the mid. I'm not saying everybody's hospitality is bad. I'm just saying, Midwest has a special. We don't do nothing but drink beer and win championships, and that's about all we
and
do. So,
you
we're
live
good
in
at
like the
drinking beer.
countryside too, right?
I mean, kind of. I mean, I live next to Omaha, Nebraska, which is
Okay.
Epley. So not too country, but yeah, I mean, there's anywhere you go, it's kind of justified. I mean, 10 minutes I could be in the country. So
Got it. All right, all right. Yeah, I've never been to the Midwest. Like, if I had to pick anywhere that I was already there, it'd be Chicago because I've been to Chicago. That I don't even know if that
well,
counts as the Midwest.
that's on my list. No, it is Midwest. It is Midwest.
Got it.
But Wild's out there in Chicago, and I need to go meet her. I love Wild, so I can't
Yeah,
wait
Wild
to
is
to
freaking
go see
awesome.
her.
She's a
Yeah,
freaking W for all the stuff she does for childhood cancer and stuff. So, like, if y'all
yeah,
don't know Wild, like W1 Wild, she is a godsend. She is freaking amazing. You need to get
absolutely.
to know her.
Yeah, when I first met her, she was telling me about how she was big into the Alex Lemonade stand.
Yeah, yeah.
First thing I said to her, I said, "All right, let's do a charity. I've never done a charity stream. Let's do it." And we did a 26.5 hour charity stream
I don't remember
and
that.
raised,
I remember that.
and I think raised like $1,400 for it.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, shout out to my girl Wild. She's amazing. I love her.
There you go. There's the link if you want to get to know her. She's freaking awesome. All right, I'm gonna try and get through these questions quick because I
No, you're
also
good.
don't want to like keep you here till like midnight at doing
I got I
questions.
got I got nowhere to go. It's your time schedule, bro.
So Luke asks if you could live in a video game for the rest of your life, and I think I made another question to the answer to this. If you could live in a video game for the rest of your life, what game would it be?
Oh man. Oh man. Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
The clap.
PS1, Metal Gear Solid. I have
Dude,
both.
classic, classic.
I have Snake and Liquid both tattooed on the back of my calves. They're about
Oh,
this they're about this big.
nice.
So yeah, I would say that. I know probably a lot of people would probably say it PUBG, but
That's what
I
I was
mean,
thinking. That's what I was thinking.
at least I can live in Metal Gear. I can hide in a box and nobody will find me. Like PUBG, you get shot, die, come back. No, that doesn't sound like fun to me.
Or you end up in the storm if you're
Yeah.
not in the circle.
Yeah, no, I just hide in my box.
High exposure, thank you for still being here, man. I appreciate you. What motivates you as a streamer and everyday content creator? This is from Cambo Combo.
Oh yeah, just making an impact in somebody's life. Honestly, like there's so many people, again, like I said, including myself, that deals with mental health. Being able to come up and just really like make somebody laugh or smile or bring some type of joy. Really, at the end of the day, that's what I really love to do. I love rating people, and they get
The
so
raids are
emotional that
fun.
they can't talk. Like I live for that moment. Like I would literally like sacrifice that moment every time, just because. I mean, their reaction is amazing. Like it's just absolutely just, I mean, when somebody that doesn't get as much traction like that and you make somebody's day like that, like they are just on cloud nine, and that pushes them to keep going. Because a lot of people, I mean, even including myself, I was close to being like, I'm done, I'm not getting no traction, I don't really know. But I was also a bump on the log. I was not nearly as outgoing and charismatic as am now. But I was just a console streamer, like, hey, thanks for
What's
coming
up?
in, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, just being able to make an impact in somebody's life, and that's why, again, shout out to Maddie or even you. You guys always make some type of impact in the world. You come up on my TikTok, and I laugh. Maddie streams literally almost the exact same time as I do. I've seen Garbage crack some jokes when he's playing
F garbage.
Fall Guys. I mean, that's usually all the time, but it's just making that impact. Aletha, she comes in every day. She tweets everybody every day. Like she's like, go check out this person. She's amazing. So definitely love her. Like it's just making that impact and that
Really.
making people feel valued, you know, because they are.
Welcome back, Panna. I appreciate you coming back. I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is that as you're growing on Twitch, like, yeah, like a lot of people are here, like people want to make some sort of money, and especially for full-time content creators, like this is their income. Like they stream because they gotta pay the bills or all that, or they're just trying to make a side hustle, whatever the case may be. But besides that, a lot of what makes streaming fun is those moments that you just mentioned.
Right.
Like when you raid
Absolutely.
somebody, like you raid somebody with 20 people, you're absolutely making their freaking night. And it just like they may even DM you the day after and like just profusely thanking you for it. You may not have seen it as something big, but to them it was everything. And then just like having that community where people feel so comfortable to pull up, except Zonya. Ban Zonya, please. But like, yeah, just making people want to come back, not because you want like a tab on them or you want like to be on their attendance sheet, but like because they're like, oh snap, RudeboyMitch is live, I gotta go check him out. Oh snap, JLD, my character's wrestling tonight, I gotta pull up and see if I win the title. Like all that stuff. Okay, I'll leave. We love you, Zonya. We love you, Zonya.
But yeah, no, exactly what you're saying, and that's why like when you go on sometimes your TikTok, I've heard you say it about 3 times tonight when you're like, it's okay if you feel like you've had a bad stream. Like it's okay. Like not all streams are gonna be,
Exactly.
top notch high level, but this is where it comes back to if you are proud of the content you are making and you are owning, and that's what whether that one person or 9 people or 50 or 100 people, like you're making their day because they're there and you're making that one person's day. So focus on that person a little bit more and give that connection a little bit more if that's there. The people, because when you start doing that, then they know you have their back. Again, like there's some days where, I'm sure even you, JLD, I know you picked up a couple extra streams with Kick coming in now too and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I'm sure there's some days where you just wake up, you look at your PC and you're sitting there and you're like, I really shouldn't, but that Kimbo's sitting here waiting on the other end, waiting for that go live, and you get up and you do it for him, so it's just making that impact to be there and help, and just again that little bit of appreciation just goes a long way.
Exactly. And like as we see ourselves grow too, like there was a time where we were all probably rating with like 1, 2, or 3, and I mean that's amazing as well, because like any kind of rate is freaking amazing. But when you see yourself going from rating people with 2 or 3 to like 20, 25, 30, you get like a sense of like a proud feeling, like wow, I really did this, and now I can actually take what I've built and make somebody else's day with like bringing my community to somebody else and giving them the possibility of like, hey, meet some new people. I've trusted my community enough to go show love to this person, and I've trusted the person we've rated to like you know what, check out my peoples. Exactly. Gigi, we love the small raids. They're freaking W's as well.
Speaking of raid, us raiding each other when we're going getting
my lord, chat. That was, what was that, last Monday? That was last Monday. No. The Monday before last Monday, 2 weeks ago. Chat. We were raiding RudeboyMitch, and I'm sure some of you were there. We were like, guys, we're gonna go raid RudeboyMitch. He's doing his wrestling right now. He's doing 2K23. We raid Rudeboy. I refreshed the page and it's offline. I'm like, no, he got off too. But then I saw that you were raiding me, and I'm like, bruh, this guy, everybody's gonna come back to my stream while I'm offline. So I had to scramble. I was like, I need to find, let me just raid. I gotta find somebody to raid because everybody's about to pull up on the JLD stream.
Oh, that was so funny. That was hilarious. And it was funny because like my face was in shock. I wish I would have been like recording. I was like, oh shit, he just raided me. Oh shit, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Like, it was funny. It was so funny.
And
Oh
we
man.
ended up rating these. Yeah, Tenta. I see the profile pic. Welcome back. I appreciate you being here. How's everything been for you? Good to see you as always. Bliss. Nice name as well. Nice name change. Love to see you. Yeah, that raid was freaking epic. I was just scrambling for my life. I was like, bro, what do I do now? I need to raid someone right now so all our communities could just show love to somebody. And
Yeah,
that's
it
what
was
happened.
so funny. It was so funny.
Pantro, somebody ban Pantro, please. Why is Rude Boy so smexy, and what inspires him to keep going? And Big John,
Oh.
this is your question's up next, just as a FYI.
Yo, again, sexy. I mean, genetics. From I think JLD might be my daddy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that works. No, but inspiration to keep going again, just making that impact, making, I like I say it a lot, I always want to be the strongest version of myself, and if I can ever help anybody be the strongest version of themselves, I'm gonna take that opportunity. So every day again is a moment, an impact to try and get on, knowing that there's people there that's actually waiting for you to get on, because you are what's in their routine. That's what they know, and they value you as you value them. So the impact and just trying to be a better version of myself every day.
That's freaking amazing. And like that's the motivation a lot of like people need nowadays is just like keep pushing. Like I know times get hard, times do get tough for a lot of us. Like I said before, like nobody's life is perfect. But I think we're defined by how we take those bad times and morph them into who we are today in a more
Right.
positive mindset. Imagine
Absolutely.
exclamation point twet, imagine instead of tweet. We love Panna. I don't know, even though I don't know who she is, we love Panna. All right, Big John. I don't know if you're still here, but I know it's late for you, so if you did have to leave, it's all good. But we will be posting this VOD on YouTube, so you can check this out in the future when we do post it. So Big John asks, who's the person that you felt starstruck for the most? How was the experience meeting that person? So I'm guessing like IRL. Like, is there
Oh,
anybody
okay.
like maybe like a celebrity or somebody you've met like on the internet?
I don't think. Okay, so my pride in me says I've never been starstruck, but the family says I have been. So I guess we'll have to tell their story. I got to meet Ray William Johnson at a
Nice.
comedy show. I actually got to take pictures with him. I actually have I don't know if you know his bit, but he would have a little plastic baby called Listerine, and he'd throw it up against the wall. So I bought a plastic baby so he could sign the head. But yeah, I would say that was probably my most starstruck moment. Yeah, he said, see, Heartless knows, because I was a little schoolgirl. My pride says no, but she knows.
Garbage, I'm glad you ate today. Let's go. Hell yeah, dude. I don't think I've had one of those moments though.
Yeah.
Where I've been starstruck by
I mean,
like meeting
I,
like
I
like
mean,
a
you don't think
celebrity in terms of celebrity and whatnot. You
as
know.
much as you love Roman, you don't think you would be starstruck a bit if you met him?
Well, yeah, that's another story. If I met
That's what
Roman
I'm
Reigns, I'd
saying.
probably be
Yeah.
freaking the hell out. But at the moment, there hasn't been a moment where that's actually happened.
Okay. I
I've met
mean,
wrestlers, I've met celebrities, but it was like like hell yeah, we're gonna meet them. But it was never like, oh my god, I'm fanboying right now. Like I need to freaking get this guy. You're
I
eating
met
panda? Imagine.
so like I said, I went to WrestleMania 32. I went to the All Access event.
Dude, I didn't
Um,
go to All Access.
yeah,
I need to go next time.
I got to meet Heath Slater. I got to meet
Nice.
Paige. I have Paige's autograph. I got to meet Alicia Fox.
There's a lot,
Jo-
man.
yeah, John Morrison. Samoa Joe was really cool. Paul Heyman was the nicest guy you could honestly meet.
Really?
He was awesome. He was playing with the crowd. He was just getting into it. Paul Heyman was amazing. let's see. I actually got to meet, and I was at the debut of Shinsuke Nakamura.
Ooh, hell yeah.
And I actually got to meet him walking around in the halls, like with his JWP like belts and stuff on he had.
Ooh.
So I got to meet him. Yeah, I mean, if you guys honestly, WrestleMania is it. When you go once, you're like, okay, I went to the biggest event of them all, and that was kind of like my turning point to where I kind of backtracked from wrestling a little bit. But yeah, it was the one thing that's like we all dreamed to go. I got to walk down the what's that ramp? They have like a makeshift ramp
Yeah,
where you can
you pick the entrance and you can
Yep.
walk down the aisle with it.
Yep, I got to do that. Foam pit, all kinds of stuff. Just one of those things is like you have to experience it. Like you have to experience it. Um, it's just wrestling as fans have such a genuine love for so many just each other. Like it's an experience. I met so many people down there that I honestly never would. I mean, I'll probably never see again.
Yeah.
But I was taking selfies with strangers down there. Like we don't care. But it was you got to go. If you can go. It's worth it. Every minute.
Yeah, WrestleMania next year is in Philly, so I think I'm gonna go. Which would include WrestleMania access, because if I didn't go when I went to 35, I gotta go for this one for sure.
Yeah.
Because I've heard really good things about it. Like you said, you met a ton of different superstars that were there. I want to do the entrance ramp because I want to put Roman Reigns music, and I'll put the viewer's title as I walk, and I'll put that in my stream somehow. I'll have it so like that's my intro. Like maybe even do some professional video camera stuff. I don't know. We'll get Mrs. JLD in on it to record me.
Let's just like I said, put up money. We'll just get rooms. We'll go together. It's fine. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
But that is my plan, to go to WrestleMania for Philly next April. So it's just awesome. If it actually happens, I could take Amtrak there. So it's like a now 1 hour train ride to Philly from New York.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna chat. I'm gonna try and go through these questions quick because we do have a lot still. So if I do miss your question, I do refund all of these channel points anyway, because it's more just for organization, not because I'm trying to charge you a channel point. It's more just so I can see them in order. So let me ask these questions. So I'll ask these two together. Who is your most hated wrestler growing up, and DC or Marvel? This is from Luke and Only Good Vibes.
Okay. Least favorite wrestler, man. Probably Hulk Hogan, Lex Luthor, any good guy at the time. I was always bad guys. So, yeah, probably Hulk Hogan, and definitely DC. I am a DC fan more than a Marvel fan.
Wow. You hated Triple H as a kid, Camo? Wow. I'm surprised. A lot of people love Triple H. I never really had an opinion on him, but until like later on when I would actually like watch him every freaking week.
Yeah.
I have my viewpoints on Hulk, but that's like more of like another can of worms that can be opened on another day. Sorry,
telling you, bro. You need to start just doing a wrestling podcast now.
Dude, I would love to get there's been a lot of people coming in from TikTok to this Twitch channel.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of TikTok creators that have been pulling up on here. Some of them even have like their own wrestling promotions in 23 as well. So it would be nice to like have conversations with them as well. Like Couch Talk I've had like since even before we did WWE. So like I want to have everybody have an opportunity, but maybe we do like one day like a wrestling style podcast where it's only wrestling fans. That we just chat about it nonstop. We just talk about like our experiences and all that. That'll be really cool. Sarge, I appreciate you coming in, man. Thank you for stopping by. How's your weekend too? DC over Marvel, that's a bold it is a very bold statement, because I'm a Marvel guy. Marvel movies are better than DC's, but DC be having some interesting characters that Marvel sometimes just can't beat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that obviously DC is the best, but I mean, this goes back to my bad guy nature. Like, I'm a Deathstroke fan. I'm Team Thanos. You know, clipped the thing, and
Snapped
it's
his
funny,
finger.
and it's
Team
over.
Thing
It's
Gauntlet.
over. It's over. Right? You know. So, but yeah. That, I mean, you know, they both have its. I want to go see Guardians. I know Guardians just came out, so I want to go see Guardians.
Yeah, I heard it's good
Um,
too. The new Guardians.
but yeah, definitely DC though. Just have have more feels for it.
There you go. Yo, Maddie, I just want to say thank you for the questions you've been asking because they're very like motivational. Like we do ask a lot of streamer questions here, but I do enjoy the motivational kind of style ones as well. So Maddie Pace asked, what has been the biggest lesson you've learned up until this point in your life?
Um, Biggest lesson. Patience. Man, I have not been a patient person my entire life. Honestly, I'm always kind of like the one who wants to get things done. Let's go, let's get this done, let's get this done. Patience. I've definitely learned to grow a lot of patience. I'm not saying it's by far 100%, but patience, you know, sometimes you see that one person, they come in and they say something, you're just like, I'm not gonna do nothing. So yeah, but patience is what it is.
Do you ever get like those moments when you're working on your stream and like you may be done with your stream stuff, you may have finished for the day, you're spending time with your wife or your kids, and you're just like, oh snap, I got like something new, like a new task I gotta do
Oh,
for my
all the
stream.
time.
Does that
That's
ever
lit.
bother you to the point where you have to somehow make time for it? Like you're insisting, yo, I need to get on this and do it now, because if not, I'm gonna forget or it's not gonna be as relevant.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we do that. I think everybody. I definitely do it.
All the
It's something
time,
that we don't.
heartless. Your wife just said all the time.
Yeah. I can't even bullshit about this. She knows. Like, we'll be sitting in bed or something, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go. And you know, especially when I first started full time content creating, like
Mhm.
I put 16, 17 hours in a day. I would barely sleep 4 hours. Get up, take the kids back and forth to school. Bam, stream 8 hours a day. You know, so you know, yeah. If you have a moment, TWS actually happened on the pooper. Honestly, when I was sitting there, it's like, you know, it's like, you know, what if I started just
That's
creating people
great.
and just like, let's start creating people and then like, you know, perform it like a show. Like, oh, I think we're onto something. And our first two episodes of TWS is on YouTube now. We actually did it on a game called Empire Wrestling. That game is
Okay.
totally absurd. There's guns in the ring, fires
Holy crap.
happen, explosions. Like, it's insane. Like, the story mode is the most ridiculous story mode I've ever played in a wrestling game. Like, literally, wrestlers die in the story mode. Like, it's crazy.
I've never
You
done
can
it. That should be
you can
interesting.
attend. Think of like, you know, like Grand Theft Auto RP. Like, a lot of people
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
into that. Think of it like Grand Theft Auto RP, but with just computer characters. But you can free roam everywhere. Like, there's a subway. There's like a funeral
Holy crap.
home. Like, it is a massive and a massive like amount of content. Eventually I'm gonna have a series because TWS is kind of like the way that I started is like Rude Boy Mitch is his own character now, like in the game. Like, he is Rude Boy Mitch. So I've been going through the SmackDown Here Comes the Pain and doing that and like kind of build a story all the way leading up to how TWS was like made, you know, kind of like a lore thing.
Hell
So
yeah.
um so that's, you know, that's kind of like what I'm transitioning to now. But yes, back to yes, bam, something comes up, you have to do it. Like, you just have to execute it.
And I'm sure if the boss is listening right now, she probably knows the same pain
Oh,
as Heartless Slayer.
oh yeah.
Because it as soon as I think of something, like I've been pretty good lately. Google Tasks is a really good application I use on my
Okay.
phone, and I literally will type everything I want to do on there. It even allows you to do subtasks, like you have one large project and then put all the subtasks with it. If I can't get to it that same day or like even that same hour, at least I
Yeah.
have all of my to-do list items there, so when I do have time to get back on this setup and this PC,
Yeah.
knock it all out in like in an hour or two. Easy
Yeah,
way.
I mean, yeah, but I know you also put a lot of time into editing too. I'm sure it takes a little bit of time to tinker with, or is it fairly quick. Like, I mean, I guess that's my question for you. How do you do that? Like, how do you
Yeah,
like? Not saying show me all your secrets, but just curious on
I'm an open book, man. I'm not trying to
do
gatekeep shit.
you like make the motions and then just edit yourself into the video when they're doing it? I'm guessing that's how I would think you do it.
So the first thing I will say is I had to learn a lot of Filmora. Filmora is what I use for my video editing, and it took a little bit of
Okay.
time to understand the ins and outs of how things work there. A lot of YouTube videos and just Googling how to do certain things. Once that was all situated, now I know how to use it. Now I know how to like drag things, make effects and all that. Um, it's just repetition. So a lot of my videos, for those who may not know, are relating to me. I got the job at WWE, and I'm put into these ridiculous matches where I'm most of the time getting beat up or knocked out cold. I have a setup that I do. There's always a part 1 and there's a part 2. Part 1 is always the, all right, Vince, what's the plan for tonight? And then, he tells me what I'm doing. Second half is the actual match happening.
Yeah.
I usually have folders with like different backgrounds and different like sound alerts that I can use. And I have that all organized in a way in my files and directories that it's just easy to drag and drop.
Gotcha.
Once I have that idea set and it's ready to go, then I start recording myself. I have my green screen that I used. It's actually right there. I didn't set it up for today because Couch Talk, I don't use it. And then I look at like the footage of like what match I'm trying to replicate, and I'll just like kind of record myself, whether I'm falling down or I'm getting hit or like with a steel chair. I try to mimic whatever it is and just like put it all together. But I think the hardest part is the beginning, where you're just learning how to use the program. Once you understand the program, you will learn yourself how to do things very quick. Today I actually made 4 videos for the week for TikTok. I'll be posting them once a day for the entire week, but I don't have to worry about content for the whole week now.
Yeah,
because I just grind it out. Wild, I saw you coming earlier. I appreciate you stopping by. We were just talking about you, how amazing you are with the streams that you've been doing for like the Alex's Lemonade Stand. You're freaking amazing. I just want you to know that. Off Prod, I see you as well. Garbage, and a partner. Well, Garbage is a partner. Let him know. And I did write down Empire Wrestling, so I will look that up after the stream for sure.
Yeah,
we'll see how that is. Cambo said you can get run over by a train or something.
Yeah, you can. It's absolutely wild. Like I don't know how else to even say. Like, I think it's only like $20. I think it's $20. You can get on the Switch, you can get on a computer, you can get it on I don't know if it's on PlayStation or Xbox, but the graphics look like old school Nintendo 64 graphics. Like they are old, but I'm telling you, there's a YouTube content creator that I watch. He big wrestling YouTube. Goes by Dank Ops. I'm sure probably a lot of people figure out. Yeah, Dank. Yeah, Dank Ops. He does a series of himself too, where he plays through the Wrestling Empire campaign, and it's just wild, crazy. But
I gotta check it out. I've never heard of it, unless I'm like late to the party. You know what that reminds me of in a way? I don't know, maybe not. Celebrity Deathmatch.
Oh yeah.
From MTV. That was such a classic thing, both like the show and the video game. Like I don't know if that's something that's similar, or but I guess I'll just look it up once I see it.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, man, I ain't heard that for a while. Like, I don't even know if MTV is a thing anymore because I hardly watch TV.
They're still there, but it's no longer music television. They just like put reality shows. I do watch my Jersey Shore though, but besides
I do love it. I actually have all the seasons of Jersey Shore except for the vacation ones that have been out recently
on DVD.
Yeah, I have the first, like, what is it, 6 seasons? The very, very first.
Wow, man.
When they go to like Italy and all that. Yeah, I had my kids going around the house and be like, the cabs are here. The cabs are here.
Taxi Sona Queen.
Yeah, they would go around saying that. But yeah, once I feel like I'm done with reality shows, somehow I get like stuck back in. I don't know.
Hi, Mama Hawk. How you doing? One thing I always like was interested in. Welcome back, the word. Thank you again for that raid earlier. With Jersey Shore on MTV, they're always bleeping out the curse words, obviously,
Yeah.
because it's the show. But on the DVDs from like when people have like put it online, it's just so weird hearing them curse.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're not used to it. You don't hear Snooki or JWoww saying the F-bomb and like all that. So to hear them say that is like, what?
Right. Yeah. And they also, I think, edited out that time when Snooki got punched in the bar or whatever.
Oh yeah. I mean, that you can find on YouTube, but like it's that was brutal. The guy, I don't think to this day has a steady job because of it. He was a middle school teacher when that happened.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then he went to the military, and I think that was it, really. And then he came back and just couldn't find work because he was all over the news because of that. He was drunk too, so I don't even know if he remembers it. But it just goes to show you got to watch what you drink, like watch your drinking, man. Because you never know, you could mess up your life like that and not even mean it.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Snoop, welcome in, man. I had a slide for you where I said congratulations for the WWE Shop gift card since you won it. Welcome in, man. Hope you had a fantastic weekend with the missus. I know you had a good time with her. I'm gonna skip the Emma ones. That's weird about tickling and stuff. So, Maddie Pace. What has been one quote that has stuck with you through the tough times you reflect back on?
Oh man. Man, that's tough. God, Matty is he's such an intellectually smart individual when it comes to providing mental awareness, health, motivation, like stuff like this. I just enjoy. What's the one I think Michael Jordan says where like I took like 500 shots. What does he say? It's something to do with I know it has something to do with like him missing shots. What is that one? I do like that one. No, I'm looking it up.
Nope, we're doing good, man. We are interviewing the one and only Rude Boy Mitch.
This one right here, where he says, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career and lost over like 300 games. Failure makes me work even harder. I've never been afraid to fail. I know fear is an obstacle for some people, but it is an illusion to me. Failure always made me try harder next time." That's probably the quote that I would say is the one that's most meaningful to me.
Failure is something that is absolutely required in order to be successful in life. If you've just been handed success, you can't appreciate the glory of whatever you've gone through without that failure. Like,
right.
Me as a streamer, we rebranded a few months ago after being like a Fortnite streamer, and even before then, I didn't even call myself a variety streamer. I just like said I'm a streamer and like, just did random stuff. Like, we're always evolving, and like we learn from the mistakes of what we did before. And
absolutely,
like, without failure, there is no success.
Absolutely, I agree. I mean, this kind of goes back to, I guess, more of your question, Maddie, from earlier when you talk about fear. Like, that would be it. Like, we need fear. We need to fear, and it's okay to fail. Like, we need to fail. You can't be afraid of it. So it's the only way we pick ourselves back up and keep on going. In terms of, like, you said with rebranding, you always, rebrandings are scary because when you're rebranding, you're like, man, everybody likes you for you. I rebranded with my new logo. I went from Destiny to
PubG.
let's see. Well, no, I went to Destiny, Rogue Company, and then PubG. And the reason why I went there is because I lost my connection with Rogue Company. Like, they did so much updates to it to change the game, and it made me lose love for it. And
I got you.
I felt lost for like a whole month because I didn't know what to play. I was like, I don't know what to do. I tried Fortnite. Everybody's playing Fortnite. My sister Hustle Dice tried to get me into Fortnite.
Hustle Dice is awesome, by the way.
Just couldn't get into it. Focused on PubG. So we need to be able to fail to unable to succeed. That's why there's a yin and a yang, and everything needs balance.
Stalin, I saw you earlier. I appreciate you. Thank you for still being here. I'm sorry I didn't get to say hi to you right away. Cambo is 100% correct. Without Joker, there is no Batman. Snoop, we're doing good. We are interviewing Rude Boy Mitch, exclamation point guest in the chat. If anybody's interested in hitting him with a follow and checking out what he does, if you like his stuff, give him a follow and show him some love. He is really good people and somebody that I would say is a W absolute streamer. I used to play PubG, was good at one point. I played only one game of PubG in my life. I know you know that already, but like it's just been fifth place is all I've been. One game, fifth place. That's it.
Hey,
I will die on that grave.
You know, like I said, we play with everybody. You know, we give everybody a chance. You know, so Snoop, if you ever see me on, I play on the PS5 mostly. More than welcome to join. We usually run in the crew in the morning.
And even with like what we were talking about with the rebrand, it's like even with WWE, like that's such a small niche compared to like Call of Duty and Fortnite and even PUBG as well. It's such a small audience compared to everything else that it's like it's scary.
Right.
So and I knew that when I was gonna rebrand, I was like, I'm probably gonna lose some people because not everybody in this chat likes wrestling or even watches it. But one of my questions that I asked myself when I rebranded was, how can I keep those people in any way? And the Creator Wrestler was the answer. Like, get them in there. And now they're coming in weekly, not the non-wrestling fans like, yo, when's my match coming? Like, who am I facing? They see the posters, they're like, oh snap, I'm facing so and so, and like it just gets them going, and they see the championships and they feel a part of it. And that's what I think people like when they come into the channel, is just being a part of something great. So if it's just like a stream of just, oh, I'm talking about Raw and SmackDown every day, not everybody's gonna want that. Oh, the wrestling fans will stay, but you know, how do we get others in here too?
And that's that. I've had that process before, doing games that, you know, obviously are chat games, words with friends, marbles on stream, getting people to just be a part of, you know. But yeah, the wrestling thing is a phenomenal thing because you can turn around and make up these funny, amazing, basically stories and post them on like, you know, like in the taco side, we have our own channel for just the wrestling, kind of like you guys do, but we've got bantering going back and forth between so many people. Like, we're trying to build stories because then if people pop in, they get invested and they see the back end for it. If I had a good enough production company, I would say we could cut promos and actually be like our wrestlers, you know, and have the little side time, but that also gets into game development. But
I wish they could do promos on YouTube. It would be such a good thing.
It would be even if it was text promos. Like, if you could just put them up, it's like, hey, look, you know, we're gonna have you. Do you want to cut a promo on this person? What do you want to say? And you could build the show itself, you know. Yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
Tomahawk, I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Same here in WWE chat. You'd be seeing like Cambo and Luke going at it, or like people wanting the smoke, people wanting in on like tournaments and stuff. You'll see Luke going at it with Matty Pace for the kick title. Like, it's a whole like it's a lot of people want to put their foot in the game, and it's really cool to see that, especially people that aren't necessarily fans of wrestling. The trolling is off until the interview's over. The word just as a FYI. So once this interview's over, the trolling can commence afterwards. All right. We got 2 questions left from Maddie. What I'm gonna do before we continue that is I'm gonna turn off the channel point for it, because we're coming towards the end of the interview anyway. I don't want to like just spam like 50 questions. Good. Right towards the end. So Maddie's 2 questions will be the last, and I have like 2 more of myself, and then we'll finish off tonight's interview. So Maddie's second to last question is, what are 5 things you are most grateful for right now?
Oh man, definitely being on this show. Is that one of them?
I'll count it.
Okay, no. Honestly, grateful that I get to wake up every morning and I get to spend time with amazing people every single day that I actually get to build a genuine connection with. That's one thing I'm grateful for. Second, obviously, wife. She makes this possible. She should probably be the first. I'm probably gonna get shit about this later. But she makes everything possible for this to be able to happen. My kids definitely know that like when I'm in here working, they don't try to bother me. They don't try to do nothing, you know. They're very respectable. Fourth is you know, being able to wake up every morning and try to be the strongest version of not only myself, but try and help somebody else. And the fifth one is, you know, enjoy my life, enjoy the life, you know, just enjoy the ride, enjoy everything that comes from it. Um, so oh yeah, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I see it.
See, I'm in trouble. But yeah, I mean, just enjoy life and you know, um, I used to kind of think my own like life was played out like a movie. So I just kind of like see what happens and pops in from time to time, and um, I just live what I do, and you know, I don't know what the experience is. A lot of people say they don't want to be, you know, obviously content creating forever.
Mm.
I don't know where this is gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna be here still and have a big old gray beard, and you know, we can talk about, you know, anniversary 59th edition couch talk or something like that. But
Things happen for a reason, whether
I
we're here or not.
just blessed to be here and keep on going, you know, keep on going.
Listen, like in the future when I do have kids, like even if I stop streaming like tomorrow, like I'm happy to be able to like tell my kids in the future, like, look, I did this. Maybe you guys want to do it one day. Maybe when you get older, you want to do the streaming stuff. Check out what I did. You know, like I want to be able to say, hey, we did this too. It was a fun time, and
Right.
be proud of it too. Like be proud of
Right.
the content I pushed out, even if we don't last forever. Like I don't see myself being a full-time content creator because I like mathematically it doesn't make sense when I'm like
Right.
working my current full-time job right now. It just makes better sense to stay there. But it's nice to have like that extra hobby, first of all, because
Yeah.
it's nice to do something outside of just watching TV, you know, being on my phone on social media. It's a nice pastime, alongside like spending time with the missus. And then just, you know, just being able to enjoy something. That's what we all
100% agree. Yeah, definitely agree.
And then Maddie Pace's final question. So for chat, if you just came in, we turned off the channel point for asking a question, because we are coming to the end of it. Who are two celebrities you would love to see fight each other? That is
Me and
Maddie
Brock
Pace's
Lesnar.
final question. Let's
I
go.
want to fight Brock Lesnar myself. He may be my greatest hero, but you know what? He's my biggest adversary too. So I just want to take a punch from the guy, just one time, like just see how it felt.
You got the job at WWE and you're facing Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I used to teach mixed martial arts. I taught it for over 7.5
Oh,
years.
cool. Nice.
So yeah, so that's actually where I met Miss Heartless.
There you go.
But yeah, she yeah, Brock Lesnar. Easily no, but I guess celebrities. I did want to see the Brock Lesnar Daniel Cormier fight happen when they did that little spoof showage thing. I wanted to see it, so I guess if those were the two celebrities, I'd like to see them fight.
There you go. Peachy, have a great night. I appreciate you being here. Evil Rican, welcome in. Maddie, thank you for the questions. Everybody that asked the question, thank you so much. I love having chat ask the questions because it like gets a different perspective of something that I may not have gotten, and it lets me learn something new about you as well that I may not have like taken into account when creating these questions. So I freaking love it. And yes, just like Evil Rican did exclamation point guest, if you are not following Rude Boy Mitch, that is his information. If you are interested in getting to know him much more, you can let him know, hey, I followed you. You were on Couch Talk with JLD. I'd love to check out your content and whatnot. So I got two final questions for you before we have you with your final words before we head out.
Sure.
At the moment, how do you manage your time with your loved ones and Twitch? Normally the word job would be in that question, but since this is your full-time thing at the moment, how do you manage all of that with streaming, content creation, and your family and loved ones?
Well, that's still stuff I've still figured out on a daily. Weekends are I pretty much disappear on the weekends. I'm not around on the weekends unless it's a special event. So weekends is definitely dedicated to wife and the two
Mm-hmm.
kids
Got it.
90% of the time. However, with hockey season around, they lose one day because I also coach. I also coach or ref hockey on Sundays for the next like 6 weeks. So yeah, that's the big thing. I do wake up every morning. I take the kids to school, so the wife, she works overnights so she can
Okay.
sleep. And I do pick them up from school, so that's why I try to stream 2 times a day. My morning streams are usually a 99% given, 100%, rarely ever cancels, always on. My night streams, those are the ones that are a little bit more tougher, especially with hockey season being around.
Yeah, yeah.
And my daughter's in track, so I got those events going. So it's just like I want to be consistent at night, but it's just harder for me to be consistent at night. But
And that'll always come first too, your family, no matter what. Like,
right. So that, like I said, the night streams, like I was even told that like I don't have to do night streams. Like someone even told me like you don't have to do night, just stream once a day. And I was like, I could, but the night streams also are the games that I like to play that are not the normal, not PubG, not Fortnite, not COD,
mm,
not like I play story games or zombie shooters or something, to change it up. But yeah, mornings 100%. But yes, you're right. I'll sacrifice some night streams for the family and the kids. That's an
absolutely.
extra 5 hours.
Also, Sullen, what did you do? You said that I made you do a thing. What exactly did you do, Sullen? Yeah, like weekends for me is like I'll take time on my computer on the weekends to work on stuff if like I have time, but I'm not really on Twitch like that unless it's like there's a few exceptions to the rule for
Mhm.
specific people, but for the most part, I'm not on Twitch like that on the weekends. I'm
Right.
usually either with Mrs. JLD. I'm working on like a TikTok that I may have had an idea for, which the missus does help me with a lot too. Or just chilling. Because she likes to play The Sims as well. She's a Sims player.
Oh,
So she
okay.
does like that time alone where she can just build her houses
Yeah.
and families and stuff. So that's
Oh
usually the
yeah.
time where I'll like work on my stuff too, in the process. And I will say, big shout out to all the significant others out there of streamers. Like I say this
For
all the
real.
time. I said this last in I think Broke Dad's stream. Like shout out to Rich Wife.
Hmm.
Shout out
Yep.
to all the significant. Played some Warzone, had some ass games. Let's freaking go. I haven't played Warzone in months, man.
Yeah, I
Um,
haven't played it for a while either. I specifically got it for a UK family streamer, basically, and I just don't care to play it unless he's
yeah,
playing. So,
same exact. Like I haven't even played Modern Warfare 2 since like
yeah.
Cambo probably remembers. I played with Cambo, Trippy, and K-Stat. That was the last time I
Okay.
ever played MW2, and that was like when it first came out. Ever since then, I haven't even
Yeah.
touched it. It's just
No. You
not
just
into
don't
it.
get you don't get the time, like you have that passion for what you want to do. This kind of comes from content creators. You have that passion, like, oh, we want to do this, like we want to do this, and your friends will be like, hey, come play Modern Warfare, come get a couple of games of Fort in, come get, and you're like, I want to in a way, but I'm really passionate. I got this idea cooking. I need to stick with this. So I know what it means when you get torn between that.
Yeah, and like I played, like I like playing it. Like I actually really enjoyed the 2009 version of Modern Warfare 2. That's probably the best Call of Duty I ever played from the Xbox 360. Um, but when I played MW2, it was a nice little nostalgic feeling. I don't know. I just feel like I have more interest in Fortnite and WWE at the moment, but that could change at any time, honestly. Yo, Black Ops 2 was the GOAT. That and Black
Yes.
Ops 1, man, was amazing. The zombies was a whole different era. Even World at War zombies, the OG was
Hmm.
literally insane. So Rude Boy, our final question of the night.
Hmm.
Where do you see yourself? Whether I won't even say 5. I usually say 5, but where do you see yourself a year or two from now? Is there
Oh
anything you'd like to
man.
do? Is there any sponsorships or like collaborations or anything you're thinking of doing for your channel um during that time
Um,
period?
let's see. You know, honestly, I've always done it for basically kind of when I first started streaming, I said I'm a promoter first, as a streamer second. This is when I wasn't really serious. I was wanting to promote everybody else. For myself and trying to guess growth in 3 years. I
Mhm.
think a valid sponsor would be nice. I would like to actually have a sponsor that um I have a connection with and actually can talk to, then you just sign up for them, because there's so
Yeah,
many
like,
out
oh,
there that you
just get
just
a
sign
link
up.
and just promote it. Yeah, I know what you
Yeah, I
mean.
don't I don't like that. Like I would say a valid actual sponsorship would be nice. I'd love to see just people to keep continuing and growing. I don't want to ever lose any people, but that's just the internet
That's natural.
thing that you
That's
can't.
natural.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say sponsorship would be nice. I would like to see somebody I kind of know more on a like a personal level, like really just exceed and grow and become this like monster.
Yeah,
And really like kind of still know that they're the same, because like a lot of people when they feel that they are successful and they hit there, they kind of, I don't want to say change, but they kind of treat you a little bit different.
they start acting bougie, like they let the likes get to their
Yeah.
head.
And then you start looking at it and you're like, you had to start low, just as low as I had to, and now you're back up, and you've got so many people that push you there. And not saying that you still don't love them, but you feel like you
People don't stay
changed.
humble.
Yeah, you feel like you have to change yourself for a community thing, like like you're the president, and if you want all the world's problems, that's fine, but just stay true and be real. And if you're having a rough day, or if I'm having a rough day, I want to be able to feel that I can still come to you, not matter how successful or high or anything. Because at the end of the day, I say it all the time in my chat, I would rather have a personal connection with 5 or 10 people every single day for until I quit
Yeah,
content creating, than 500 people that I have nothing to know about. Because how can you have a
or they just
conversation?
want you there for clout. They just want you
Yeah,
to say their name for clout.
yeah, like how do you have a conversation with somebody like Kimbo? I see Kimbo in here every single time I come in here. 99% of the time, he's always in here, and you guys are always talking about something. Like you guys are always,
Yeah,
and I know there's a real genuine connection in there, and that is what it's about. You want to have that real genuine connection. So, I mean, a sponsorship would be it, but yeah, as long as I'm continually having that connection, building and growing that way, I'm talking real genuine collections. That's where I would say, but sponsorship would be next.
in Cambo, you said I get paid to be here. Nah, dude, one of the things that gets me coming back like every freaking morning, you already know it. I come in and I say it's the Macho Man. It is
Yeah.
such an entertaining thing as a wrestling fan for you to
Yep.
be like, yo, JLD coming in, like, and then press the stream deck button
Yep.
and you just see Macho Man coming in down the WCW ring, and I'm like, let's go.
Look at this
This
guy
is
just
amazing.
strutting in here like this,
Where's the
So yes,
Macho Man?
yeah. On my channel, we do dedicated stream memes. So if you guys are interested in wanting to do stream memes, 50,000 channel points, because it takes a while to edit them. But we do have it set up where it's a command. When you come in, you can type in that command and it'll flash up something that's basically personalized to you. And I do have generic ones, but JLD is the one that uses the Macho Man the most. I should just make that his anyways. Um, but 99% of the time, yeah, we like to basically have that fun interaction with the stream. You light my day up every day, JLD, when you come in, dude. You make my day every single day. Make it
I'm
that much
happy to
easier
be
to
there, bro. It's always a
know.
fun time.
Yep. You make it worth it. Everybody, again, I preach on how valuable people are, and
And
that's
you
that's
do. I
what they
see that
are.
all the time. And I'm not just talking about myself. Everybody else you talk about, I hear it all the time. And with that being said, Rude Boy, it's been an absolute W having you on Couch Talk. Do you have any last words for chat before we disconnect for the night?
Yo, thanks for having me. Honestly, I am really honored that I got to be on the greatest talk show on freaking any social media platform.
Dude,
I'm
happy to
saying
hear
that you hear it from here first. Hopefully, maybe one day we'll have returning guests or something. I don't know, whatever he's got going on. But just if I can leave you with anything, just know that whatever you're going through, you can overcome it. The biggest thing is try not to control things that you can't controllable. For instance, if you have a car wreck and you're really upset at the insurance company because of it, don't get mad at the insurance company. It's not something you can control. As long as as lazy as sometimes people are, whatever, things aren't moving fast enough. Just know that you can't control and you can overcome anything and always become the strongest version of yourself. That's what I would leave you with.
Excellent. And it like reminds me of like what I always say. I've said this every stream for 2 years nonstop, but I always end it with the same few words. Always remember to uplift yourself. Make yourself and your well-being a priority in life. That way you could take on everything with the most positive mindset possible. It's ingrained in my brain at this point, and it is a must before I raid out. So that way they at least take that when they leave the stream.
Amen.
Rude Boy, I hope you have a fantastic night. Thank you again for being on the newest episode of Couch Talk. For anybody that is new to this channel, I know we had a few raids today. This will be on YouTube if you missed any of it, if it was late night for you or whatnot. So be sure to check it out. We'll post when it's live. Rude Boy, thank you again, man. You've been an absolute W.
Peace out, guys. Have a good night.
Everybody say bye to Rude Boy. All right.
All right. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so notifications are on. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all next time.